top the table after this week. But first of all, they're going to need a win against Villarreal. Jake, even though you're not a big Villarreal fan, you kind of are a Villarreal, or you're not the biggest Villarreal fan, but you kind of are a fan. Do you think that the Yellow Submarine can pull off the victory? Oh, Jake just left.
All right. I guess we'll go to me for this one because Jake Liker is having computer problems like every single episode in our series. I'm going to go with Sevilla on this one. You have Gerard Defoe, a man from Barcelona who was loaned to Everton last season, now at Sevilla. Carlos Baca, the striker who Everton also once recruited at one time. Sevilla is off to a hot start. Like you said, they have a good attack, and they also have a pretty good midfield as well. Villarreal is a team that also can get on the attack. However, I feel like with Sevilla, you just have more offensive power. You have Dos Santos on Villarreal. Okay, that's an attacker. You have Ruben Garcia, who's also another player. All around as a team, they are a little bit worse quality than Sevilla. I think Sevilla takes this one 2-1. However, all these Spanish clubs are really high class and they can fight really hard. But based on talent alone and the way they've been playing, I have to pick Sevilla for this one.
Yeah. Jake, we're considering starting a segment which is basically about your technical difficulties. Jake's weekly technical difficulties. What do you think about that?
Well, here's what I think about that. I think that I've faced adversities when it comes to technical difficulties, but as we just saw, we got off to a slow start in this show, but I came through with that download. It was a little late, but I don't think it's too little too late. We've come back here, and I think that the switch to Google Chrome will really be able to turn things around this new counterattack strategy. I think that the technical difficulties are gone, and the difficulties for Villarreal will not show either when they go up against Sevilla. Look, I'm still not sure if Villarreal is the team I like or it's the other one. I'm still not sure which one's the Yellow Submarine and which one's the Bat, but Yellow Submarines are pretty cool and I like the Beatles. So, by that logic, they're going to beat Sevilla 1-0.
1-0. What?
2-1.
2-1? Byron, what was your score for that one?
2-1.
2-1, so we got two 2-1s. One for Villarreal, the other for Sevilla. Look, I just don't see Villarreal coming through. When you look at Sevilla's team, they've got Gregor Krychowiak. It's a tough name. They've got Carlos Baca, who has been insane. They have Koch. They have Nicolas Pareja. They've got Delafeu. They've got Denis Suarez, Iago Aspas. So much attacking strength on this team. I think at the end of the day, they come through, and I think that they put themselves in a scenario where they could potentially go to the top of the table. And now we come to the game of the week. Without a doubt, El Clásico is this weekend. The biggest matchup in Spain, one of the biggest matchups in all of Europe. Barcelona will be going to Santiago Bernabeu to take on Real Madrid and Los Galacticos. So this is going to be a great matchup. We seem to have lost Jake again. And he's back again. The technical difficulties with Jake continue. We have to start a segment now. The weekly.
I did that on purpose. Excuse me, I did that on purpose. I'm trying to be able to get that chat thingy to show up.
Oh, the chat thingy.
Speaking of which, can you send that script in the chat thingy so I can stop having these accidentally on purpose technical difficulties?
That's accidentally on purpose technical difficulties. That will be the name of your new segment. Well, we're going to be talking about really quickly because we are almost half an hour into the show. El Clásico, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Keys to the game for both teams. Jake. Jake. Keys to the game.
Both teams what?
Keys to the game for both teams. Keys.
What about the game for both teams? Oh
Okay,
my god.
Jake's technical difficulties have been disastrous. I'll start. Keys to the games.
Keys.
Keys.
Okay, keys to the game. I think, I'm sorry, I can't drive yet. I don't know much about keys. But when it comes to these two teams, I think they're both very driven teams. It could come down to something as simple as who wants it more. I think it's going to be about discipline here. I think if Barcelona is able to stick to what they know best, the tiki-taka, I think that no matter how much Razzle Dazzle Cristiano Ronaldo and company put into it, I think Barcelona's way will prevail in round 1 of El Clasico this year.
Okie dokie. Byron, what are your keys?
I was hoping I wouldn't be up, but okay. So I'm torn on this. Noah, would you do the justice of going before me?
Okay, so my keys to the game. Well, let's start with Barcelona. And it's a stout defense. It's being able to transition from defense to offense with fluidity and winning in the midfield. I think one of the big strengths that Real Madrid has is their attack, so they're definitely going to put a ton of pressure on Barcelona's back line, which has been weak at times. However, if they can hold on to that midfield and be able to transition well, it's going to be a strength of theirs. When it comes to Real Madrid, it's all about defense. You know their offense is going to show up, so it's whether or not their defense can hold Messi, Neymar, Suarez, if they can hold them off. Obviously, they're going to get some goals, but if they can limit the damage, that's what it's all about for Real Madrid in this game. Byron, you have keys?
The keys to the game for both sides. Well, I want to talk about this first. Gareth Bale is going to be out for Real Madrid. Yeah. So you talk about the entire Real Madrid attack. You have James. It's an equation. Benzema, James, Bale, Ronaldo. It's an equation. They're all stars, but also they've kind of started to work well together. Bale being out for the game is not necessarily killer because they have such great offensive talent. I'm only talking about the offense here for Real. I'll go to the defense in a little bit. But it kind of screws up with the system a little bit, and there's that star power you'll be missing. Can Real still survive without him? Of course. You have so many stars on this team, and so many good bench players as well. They will survive. So I don't think Bale being out is devastational to Real Madrid. However, if you look at Real Madrid, who has lost a few really kind of upset games so far this season, they have to hold back Barcelona. You have Messi and Neymar who can explode through your defense and really break up your defense. If Real Madrid, like Noah said, I don't want to sound repetitive, but like Noah said, if you can hold those stars back with your defense and then get on the attack with Ronaldo and Benzema, I think you should be set. Do I think Real Madrid is going to do that? I'm pretty unsure about that. Because although Real Madrid's defense is good, Messi and Neymar, two of the best players or some of the best players in all of world football. So those are the keys to the game for me.
Yeah, there are going to be some tough matchups in this game. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo has been on fire. I mean, nearly unstoppable, scoring goal after goal after goal, breaking all kinds of records along the way. Today scored a game against Liverpool to move himself one goal away from the most Champions League goals in history, one behind Real Madrid great Raul. Does he keep this streak going against Barcelona, Jake?
Do I think he'll keep the streak going against Barcelona? Yes. He's just been playing very well lately. He's a dominant player. And there is a certain consistency to his success. And, I know he doesn't... There are times when he doesn't show up when he needs to, but for Real Madrid, he certainly has. I think he'll continue to do that. I think the streak will be kept alive.
Yeah, I think right now there's nobody playing quite at the same level of Cristiano Ronaldo. And to think he was coming off of a thigh injury, and a lot of people are questioning, will he ever return to the level? I think Messi and Ronaldo are sort of silencing the doubters this year, both playing well. Messi not quite at the level we used to see from him, but still he's playing very well and proving to people, look, we may have had our downs, but we are still the two best players in soccer, and I think they are both playing exceptionally well. I think Ronaldo continues the goal-scoring streak. It's hard to see a situation in which Ronaldo doesn't find a hole and capitalize, because you know when you give Ronaldo an opportunity, 9 times out of 10, he is going to finish the goal. Byron, does Ronaldo keep it going?
Barcelona's defense is pretty good, but Ronaldo is the best player in all of football. Whenever he gets the ball, he makes something happen. I wouldn't call him a ball hog, even though I kind of think he's a ball hog. But he wants to make something happen. The dribbling, the pace, the shot on this guy, there's a reason why he's so good in FIFA every year. He can do it on his own, and I feel like he's going to get the chance to score against Barcelona. I think he will succeed. Does he keep the scoring streak going? I don't want to predict whether he's going to get that done or not, but I have good confidence that whenever he gets the ball, he's going to try to score. Because that's what he does. He's a forward.
Okay. And last but not least, the X Factor, and I'll start here. I was torn between the two X Factors. I think the one X Factor is Isco. He's been in the lineup for the past 2 games in place of the injured or, fatigued Gareth Bale. And he's played pretty solid. And I think that's going to be a big key. But my X Factor just overall is the X Factor is the defense. All of the defense. Whether or not can show up. Iker Casillas included. If they show up, they win. If they don't, they won't. It's simple as that. Byron, who or what is your X Factor?
For
either team.
For the entire game, for both sides, or one side?
Both sides. What do you think the X Factor is in determining the game?
Well, to be honest, I kind of want to go with Ronaldo. On each side, he's a player, although you have Bale and James who can make things happen. Bale's not playing. James and Benzema that can make things happen. The question is, Ronaldo is clearly still the best player on this Real squad. I want to talk about, for your X Factor, of whether Real can hold Messi and Neymar back. I think that's one X Factor, but I feel like it depends on Ronaldo a lot of the time. You saw what happened with Portugal, and Portugal is much worse than Real, I'll say that. But when Ronaldo didn't do anything for Portugal, nothing happened. It wasn't until he finally made a good pass to another player on Portugal when they tied it up against the U.S. When Ronaldo doesn't do things, Real is worse. That is clear. Although they have a lot of good supporting cast, I think Ronaldo's one X Factor, and another one is the defense of Real if they can stop Barcelona.
Okie dokie. Jake, you're up. The X Factor for this game.
The X Factor is going to be Barcelona's defense. Because with the way Cristiano Ronaldo is playing, with the way the strikers have been playing, the offense is just clockwork right now for Real Madrid. If Barcelona can bring up trademark defense, if they can continue to be patient, it all starts with that back line. If they can hold Real Madrid off, which I think they will be able to do, hold them off from being relentless on the attack, it'll translate into opportunities to score. So this really rests in the Barcelona defense's hands.
Okie dokie, and last but not least, the prediction. That's what everybody's waiting for. Who wins this game? And I'll start. They're at Santiago Bernabeu, and I think Barcelona has been great. I'm going to give them credit for what they have done thus far. It's been excellent. But over the past few weeks, there have been more chinks in Barcelona's armor than Real's. Real has been exceptional. They've been unstoppable, defeating Liverpool today 3-0. No issues at all. To have a guy like Balotelli, obviously, it's Balotelli, but to have a guy like Balotelli succumb completely and already trade shirts at halftime, just demoralizing Liverpool, then the way they've just been destroying teams, no mercy at all. On the other hand, Barcelona's played well, but they lost to PSG. They didn't play amazing against Ajax, and now they're going to have to travel to Santiago Bernabeu. I think this is Real Madrid's for the taking. I think Barcelona is an excellent club. I think they've got a lot of talent, but Cristiano Ronaldo is unstoppable at this moment in time. I think that Neymar has played very well. Messi's played very well, but Real Madrid's defense has actually looked a lot better than it did earlier on in the year. The midfield is clicking. They've gotten to know each other. James has played well to find Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been scoring goals. Benzema, he can't be stopped either. 2 goals in the game against Liverpool today, and he's been scoring nonstop. Real Madrid is